How come you're up?
I just couldn't sleep.
You anxious?
Yeah.
What are you anxious about now?
I'm just doing a lot of thinking
About what?
about my mom. Sad.
My mother spent her entire life hiding who she was from me. Not just hiding, but lying about her past and where she came from. I spent most of my life trying to find out the truth. In the end, the search took us both to her place of birth, where I would learn that the answers were worth waiting for. A short time after my father's sudden passing, I rescued this box. It was filled with snapshots. Some I'd seen, most I hadn't. Was this carefree, happy girl the same secretive person who raised me and taught me to lie?
If anyone asks you where I come from, say Hawaii.
Why, Mommy? Ima said you're from China.
Never mind. Just say Hawaii, okay?
I had high hopes that this found treasure trove would reveal to me the things my mother refused to talk about, and it was about to be tossed away with the trash. It would turn out that my mother's silence, even deception, was the norm among immigrants like her who came to America during the Chinese Exclusion era, a period from 1882 till 1943, when America banned all immigration of Chinese laborers. It was the first major legislation restricting immigration based solely on race. America shut down its open-door policy. I was a part of a generation of American-born Chinese, ABCs for short, who grew up feeling caught between two worlds, a white America in which I felt invisible, and a Chinese community whose customs I didn't understand. A generation later, my daughter Alana broke through her grandmother's hard shell.
So the assignment I had in high school was to find a family photo and to find out the history of it. So I chose a photo of my grandmother, and that's when she just very nonchalantly said, "Oh, that picture was taken for my father, who had left for Cuba." And I said, "Cuba?" And I remember your reaction, that you were very shocked.
I made plans to go to Cuba. Just before leaving, I received this warning from her.
Hi, sweet, I got your message. Anyway, I want to talk to you regarding about your Cuba trip. And if you want to make a research, it's fine with me. But just leave me alone. And where I come from, how did I get to America, it's nobody's business. You want to know about my father? As far as I'm concerned, I have no relationship with him because I resented him. He abandoned me and my mom, and he's not much a man, so he's not with me. Okay? Call me a...
Due to a labor shortage in World War I, Cuba had relaxed its own immigration policies. So men like my grandfather sailed to the tiny island nation, hoping to find work and send money home to their families. According to my mother, that never happened. I looked in every Chinese association's membership roster I could find, and every listing of residents in that area. As a result of Cuba's violent revolution in 1959, many public records were destroyed or lost, and I couldn't find any evidence of my grandfather. Grandmother learned of a family somewhere in the province who planned to leave China. And she heard a crucial piece of information that changed everything. One of their daughters had died. My grandmother bought their dead daughter's identity. 17-year-old Louis Gumto would become Kam Sa Kwan. This became her paper name and her passport out of China.
So your grandma bought the paper from the camp. She just heard about it, and then she went down there to meet him. They live in a village. To get there, you have to walk.
My mother described her first visit to the Kam family as if it were a social call. In fact, it was much more. It was business. Money was paid, and a story had to be concocted. Names, dates, places, relationships all had to be memorized by every member of the Kam family, because at the end of this trip, there would be a test. Ironically, 61 years of Chinese Exclusion Acts compelled immigration officials to keep detailed records of all Chinese who entered or left the United States. Through documents and records, I was able to trace my mother's route from China to Hawaii. I even found her name on the ship's manifest.
There's Kam Sa Kwan. There she is.
But what took my breath away was seeing a picture of the real Kam Sa Kwan. Her untimely death made it possible for my mother to escape China. And in the file was a picture of Kam Sa Kwan's mother. Her loss was my family's fortune. In 2000, my mother finally gave in and agreed to return to the place she'd left 65 years earlier.
What I'm looking for to find out where my mom and dad buried, and I'd like to find out all about that. How big was the house? It's a big house. You enter to the front door, and to the right is another unit there, with the parlor and bedroom, and they have an upstairs bedroom, that's it. It was a beautiful house.
She remembered her childhood home in great detail, but the outside of the house had changed a lot since my mother lived there. This was a moment I had dreamed of, to be here with her. But when we arrived at the front door, she couldn't go in. She had gone as far as she could go.
I never had that sense of the power of kind of historical events affecting people's lives in such a concrete way, where it really changes the direction of your life and your relationships to the core people in your life, your mother and father. I was finally able to see where I fit within the spectrum of a Chinese history across the waters and that continues to grow in this country.
I thank you on behalf of your children and the children yet to be born and those whose lives you've profoundly changed with this act of citizenship. And I urge you to tell them of your journey here and of your home of origin so that they can feel as enriched as I did when I discovered my family's long roots in China. When I was a kid, I never thought of myself as an American because I didn't look like the ones pictured in my school books or on television. But now I can tell you that constitutionally, I feel from head to toe an American citizen, and so are you.